You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight for DC News Now at 9 o'clock. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Mark Hall. Susan has the night off. Tonight, DC officials are going through the district to get a count of how many people are experiencing homelessness. It comes 2 weeks after homeless encampments started to be cleared at the direction of the Trump administration.
Yeah, since tents were destroyed and people told to move from the streets, Mayor Bowser says about 80 people have sought shelter. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg joining us live tonight along the U Street corridor.
And Daniel, about to get started, what are they looking for?
Mark and Chris, they're looking for people specifically experiencing street homelessness. What that means is not only people who are living in tents, but sleeping on the streets. Now, this is different than the point-in-time count they typically do in January, which showed this past January that there were just over 5,000 people experiencing homelessness in D.C. Most of those, according to Mayor Bowser, are in shelters. Now, Mayor Bowser says that last month in July, there were 74 encampments with 128 people. Those encampments, of course, were dismantled mostly across Northwest D.C. over the last 2 weeks. The Office of the Deputy Mayor for Health and Human Services and the Department of Human Services have been working to get people into shelters and get people the assistance they need. But we know there are still people choosing to sleep outside for a number of reasons. DHS Director Rachel Pierre says since Mayor Bowser made additional resources available, they want an idea of how those resources were used.
Are they targeting who we intended to target? And also the information from the count this evening will help us allocate the resources that we need going into next fiscal year, including building up for the hypothermia season.
Pierre says there are still shelter beds available, and if there is a greater need, they can make more beds available. Again, we are near the corner of Vermont and U Streets, where the count will get underway very shortly here as they spread across the district to count those people experiencing homelessness. We're live in Northwest. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
ATF says agents stopped what they call could have possibly led to a school shooting here in Washington, D.C. The agency posting this photo of 6 handguns, thanking agents and Metro Transit Police. Transit Police adding there is a significant public safety threat, but neither agency elaborated on what the threat was, where the intervention happened, or explained the photo. We did reach out to both and have not yet heard back. Now, that post, including the hashtag Make D.C. Safe Again, it comes during the 3rd week of a surge of federal agents here in the district.
As well as 2,200 National Guard troops from D.C. and 6 states. The White House officials calling the president's crime crackdown in D.C. a success. According to White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, total crime is down 19% since the president's intervention, and violent crime down 30%. They say the surge of federal officers and the National Guard can be a playbook for fighting crime in other cities.
And this can be replicated in other crime-ridden cities across the nation. As President Trump has said, all of these elected officials in charge have to do is pick up the phone and ask for the president and the federal government's help.
The president has been threatening to move into Chicago next. The mayor there saying there is a plan in place if the National Guard is deployed. He did not elaborate, though, on what that plan entails. And right now, millions of Americans gearing up to travel for the long Labor Day holiday weekend.
And Chris, TSA estimating that nearly 17 million people will take to the skies. AAA forecasting a busy weekend on the road, too, and it's best to hit the road early. AAA says that these are the worst times to travel. Friday from noon to 8, write this down, Chris. Saturday from 10 to 6, Sunday from noon to 5, and then Monday from 1 to 4.
All right, plus your wallet, well, it'll thank you over the weekend because you're paying less at the gas pump. Your prices per gallon down nationwide, including D.C., Maryland, and in Virginia. That's where you'll find the cheapest gas. That's around $3 a mark.
Getting close to like $3 for regular. Sometimes $2.90 maybe.
Really?
Yeah, and in certain spots you get lucky like $2.80, $2.75.
Hey, and if you're looking to make a last-minute getaway, AAA says that rental cars, hotels, and flights are all cheaper this year than last year. Meanwhile, police and travel officials are urging everyone to be safe this weekend. Maryland State Police say that They're increasing patrols on the roads to look out for impaired drivers.
And Virginia State Police say they're also adding more troopers on roads. A new report from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration this month finds more than a third of deadly crashes over Labor Day weekend involved drunk driving. In 2023, there were 511 deaths nationwide, 36% of those crashes involving impaired drivers. That is slightly above the average for the 5 years ending in that year. And since 2019, 39% of deadly crashes over Labor Day weekend involved impaired drivers.
All right, a live look outside Arlington, Virginia. A beautiful night in the neighborhood for sure. We're joined by Chief Meteorologist Jackie Layer. Just the beautiful weather continues.
Yeah, especially for all those people getting out of town early and, you know, maybe they're going to the beach. They're going to love this weekend.
Yeah, really nice out there. Still with that low humidity and high temperatures, upper 70s to lower 80s through that holiday weekend, too. Temperatures out there right now still holding into those 60s and lower 70s at this hour. Eventually, overnight tonight, similar to the last couple of nights, we'll see those overnight lows back in the 50s to lower 60s. A wider view, though, satellite and radar. Watching as a few of those showers try to push into the mountains region right now, gradually breaking apart at this point, but a few of those light sprinkles back out towards western Maryland. But also watching as that cold front dives in from the north and west. It still could spark up a stray shower chance out there for the day tomorrow, but aside from that, it still looks like much of the region will be dry, not only tomorrow, but also through the entire weekend. Zoomed in on the map, a few of those light sprinkles back out towards Cumberland, Kaiser as well. But again, those will continue to fade away and break apart. But low overnight lows tonight, back in those 50s to low 60s. And then tomorrow, we will see those high temperatures bouncing back in the upper 70s to lower 80s yet again. But for that commute tomorrow morning, or if you're getting a head start on those roadways tomorrow morning ahead of your Labor Day weekend plans, temperatures will be into those low to mid 60s through much of the morning. And we'll see a mix of sun and clouds out there, too. But I'll have more details time we got the rest of the weekend and that 7-day forecast coming up.
All right, Jackie, we'll see you then. Meanwhile, all new tonight, more than $111,000 in unreported cash seized by customs agents at Dulles this month. They say $19,000 was taken from a traveler arriving from Egypt, $14,000 from a traveler heading to Italy, and $77,000 from a passenger on their way to Togo. Now, you are required to declare if you're carrying more than $10,000 entering or leaving the U.S.
And meet Stone, the new addition to the Metropolitan Washington Airport's authority team. The 6-year-old Mix is ready for action. He joins us from Philadelphia's public transit system, SEPTA. Stone is a handler, and his handler will be serving at Dulles and Reagan airports.
Welcome, Stone, to the DMV.
In Maryland, a Landover man from Prince George's County hit the jackpot and won $1 million.
Yeah, and get this, Mark. He bought 2 tickets this month at different locations, winning $500,000 for each Powerball ticket. How about that for luck? DC News Now's Tim Reed spoke to others hoping to become lucky winners as well.
Many playing Powerball are hoping to win the jackpot here at this store in Landover, Maryland. This is where a Prince George's County man purchased a ticket that helped him win $1 million, and everyone here is talking about it.
Thank you.
All afternoon, employees here at the Landover Hills Exxon Market were busy selling Powerball tickets to customers who were trying to hit the jackpot like a Prince George's County man did this week.
I'm excited for the individual, to tell you the truth, and one of the excitement is to know that someone right here in Maryland won something, and that's my excitement.
The manager told me the lucky winner purchased a Powerball ticket at this Landover store and another ticket down the road in Riverdale at the A1 Laundromat using the same numbers. One ticket included a double play option. Together, both tickets totaled $1 million.
I try to build wealth. You know, I try to start businesses and stuff like that versus just going to spend it. Of course, pay some bills and help people.
Many we spoke to were excited for the big winner and tell us if they get lucky like he did, they would help their families and even start businesses with the winnings.
One of my big goals would be to give a huge percentage of it back to the community.
I hope that I can get some of that luck as well when I play tomorrow.
The Powerball jackpot has grown to $950 million. In Landover, Maryland, Tim Reed, DC News Now.